Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we got a episode with Jason from the BeneFITS Box. Jason, thanks so much for being on.
No, thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
Of course. So, typically you guys see me on Fridays at 2 p.m. We're starting to do Tuesdays where we're doing No Excuses with Chris G, where I bring somebody that's in the subscription space to come on and ask me any questions they have and let me be able to help them build their business and make it better. And you'll notice that my branding changed a little bit from Chris G Cares to No Excuses with Chris G. The truth is, it's not that I don't care, but the No Excuses fits me better, as I want to get right to the point. And I want you as entrepreneurs really to have no excuses and to be able to do whatever you need to do to get your business off the ground, build your business, scale it, and really take it to another level. So, Jason, before we get started here, why don't you tell everybody a little bit more about the BeneFITS Box and what somebody might get if they ordered it?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much again for having me. So my name is Jason Baku. I'm a co-founder of BeneFITS Box and BeneFITSports Box. What we do is we package supplements and vitamins for people for weight loss goals, muscle building, sports goals, sports fitness stuff. And the people that go to the site, they go through a quick survey about themselves, and they actually build the box while they're on the site, pretty quickly, going through what their preferences are, what their goals are, their allergies, what kind of flavors they like. And then we build them a custom box that goes along with their goal. And what it comes with is all the supplements, all the vitamins, all the instructions and guidance. We usually throw in some swag like shaker cups or bags, and a few other samples of other products that we have. And that usually lasts, either 6 weeks or we have a 3-month box.
So what I love about that is, one, it's customized, so it gives more opportunity for the consumer to stay on because they kind of know what they're getting. But two, it's a depleting product, so they're always going to need more, right? And so you're filling this void of making sure that people are getting the supplements and protein and vitamins that they need on a regular basis. And those that are into staying healthy and working out, like, they don't need to think about going to the store to get any of these things. You're delivering it right to the door. So congrats on launching that and the success that you've had. But I know you're on because you want to try to get things to another level. So tell me your questions, start firing them off. Also, by the way, everybody that's listening, if you've got a question for myself, feel free to throw it in the comments and I'll try to throw it up here and answer it for you.
Cool. Yeah. So my first question is, when you start to look at marketing spend, it's like going with an influencer where you may pay a few $1,000s for a post, versus other options, right? Because I think about the costs in one post. What starts going through my head is I can give away X amount of boxes for free as trial boxes. I can run ads on social media. What are your thoughts on going with an influencer versus some of the other avenues?
Yeah, great question. I think the truth is that, like, you have to do everything, right? Mm-hmm. So what's important to think about whenever you're putting together a marketing strategy is what the top of the funnel traffic looks like. So traffic is going to need to come from social. It's going to need to come from influencers. It's going to need to come from referral programs. It needs to come from email marketing. Why? Because not everything always works. Right. So you might work with an influencer and they might get you 2 orders and you just paid them $1,000. I can't tell you how many times we did that. You also might pay one $1,500 and they get you 40 orders, right? Everything works a little bit. What you need to identify is, like, what's that recipe look like? When you're doing a post on Instagram, it's not about how many followers they have, but how engaged are they? How much does that audience trust this individual? And what I think is super important as well, whenever you're working with any influencer, is how bought in are they to the product, right? If an influencer is just doing a post for you because you're paying them, I don't want anybody to work with those influencers, right? You need to work with an influencer that's bought into the brand and actually genuinely wants the product. Now, on the flip side, what I might do, given that you're still a little bit early stage, instead of paying one big influencer $2,000 or $3,000, I'd actually rather you give 100 micro influencers the subscription for free.
Got it.
I'll tell you why. One, each of those subscriptions are $40, $50. Your true costs are less than that. And all you need to do is get all of them to get you one person a month. and it like pays for itself, right? Some might get you 2, some might get you 0, some might get you 4. You start to identify that. What becomes critical is how well you're tracking that, right? But you're not just getting value from new subscribers. You're now getting content out on social media. More pictures of people with your product, more hashtags being used. All of this plays a big part of the overall organic growth of the business. And on another part of it, to really maximize those sort of posts, is you being like super anal about commenting on every single one of those influencer posts.
Absolutely.
Like immediately, like, so glad you love it. Dude, hope you enjoy this much flavor. Give the arm symbol, like the work, like, dude, just like, it's never about selling, but it's like a comment, just like you're engaged, right? Because somebody posts on Instagram today, it's going to live for 24 hours max, right? Because there's going to be another post, and the audience is only going to see it really quickly. When they see that your brand is commenting like, wow, this brand's super engaged with its customers, that can pay a lot of dividends. So what I might recommend is, instead of going all in with one influencer, find a bunch of micro influencers. This can be a lot of work, but it can pay a lot of dividends because you're getting content, you're getting post, you're getting eyeballs, and we want a lot of eyeballs versus spending. As you grow, then we can start to get a little bit more diverse. The other thing I would do, I'm not the biggest fan of Instagram posts. I almost like, if you're going to spend money, I like Instagram posts for people posting free product for the price of getting the box for free. But I'd rather you work with like YouTubers that are regularly talking about health and working out.
Gotcha.
To talk about it, because their audience is engaged, they're listening, and it's really, really targeted, right? Somebody that follows a individual influencer that's really fit, like, they could be following them for a lot of reasons. One, it could be their workouts. It could be like, it could be so many things that might not be because like, I want to buy something that this person uses. Right?
No, I agree. That's really popular in the coaching space. You'll have these coaches that have these YouTube channels, and all that watches them is other coaches. You know what I mean? So they're like very direct, So yeah, no, I like that idea a lot. I never thought of going after YouTubers over Instagrammers.
Yeah, I think you got to test, but I think it holds a little bit more success.
Yeah, I agree with you, because there's the content is longer. They're staying more informed.
They're engaged. Yeah. They're going there to learn something. Like, you go on YouTube for one of two reasons: to get entertained or learn something.
Agreed.
Right. So if it's a channel that's about learning, not entertaining, like that, the people watching want to learn something. Right. So
no, that's really good. I like that. So instead of going with one, go with 100 micro influencers, go with the free subscription, and then with the YouTubers, just try to find them in the niche, and that's much better. I like that a lot. Thank you. Good.
Of course.
Yeah. You mentioned something in there too that I kind of wanted to get to was email campaigns. I think one of the things I struggle with is a MailChimp campaign for existing customers. Like if this happens, then this email happens, and then if this happens. So do you have any recommendations on something I can either do in the box, in the first box, or through email marketing or social media to follow up and have better retention rates? Yeah. What are some things I can do?
Look at what you need to do is build an experience with the benefits box, right? So it's not just about the items that are coming in. We need to get them consistent content. So every month they should get a newsletter about 10 workouts you can do from home. Like, think about what's relevant right now. Relevant right now is people are working from home. They're not probably getting up enough. They're sitting at that desk at their home. They're sitting on their couch working. Like, what about a content piece that's like 10 workouts, like why you should take 10 minutes a day to get out of your home office desk chair and do these 10 exercises, like 10 squats, 20 push-ups. Like, think about things that are relevant to what's going on now. People are working from home. Gyms have been closed in a lot of places. Right? Content around workouts from home with I don't know, 5-pound rice bag, 10 workouts you can do with a 5-pound. I'm literally making this stuff up right now.
Right.
When you start to create content like that, now the subscriber is not only getting the supplements and vitamins they need monthly, but they're getting really good content out of you. That brings value. They're not searching for it. You're putting it right in front of them. And email marketing, it's really critical. And there's a lot of ways to get super strategic with email marketing. And I love email marketing. One, it's like gathering emails is one. And then two, it's like keeping the current subscribers engaged. With the current subscriber base, it's just like getting them good content. But the other part of email marketing is acquiring emails for lead gen. And you could do this really easily as well. And maybe you already do, but you should have an exit intent strategy where people going to leave, instead of saying, here's 40% off, like give me your email for 40% off, say, give me your email for this free ebook on 10 exercises that you can do with a 10-pound bag of rice. I'm just going to go back to that. It's like a sort of joke, but provide them something of value. People will give you the email because they want to download the ebook. You then email them the ebook. You now have an email that goes into your email thread and your email drip series to get them to convert to be a subscriber.
So you're saying don't do the discount pop-up? Some
people like it. I like to test it. I like to give people something of value, right? Like I want to give them something of value to get their email, get them into an email drip series, and within that drip series, then offer them a discount to join. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we talked about this once way long time ago. You're talking about the exit. You're saying as they're going to leave, a pop-up comes up?
Yeah, so like exit intent strategy is like really smart strategy where like it knows the mouse is going towards the X on the website, or that you're about to leave, and then it pops it up and says, hey.
Wow.
Yeah, it works really well. There's a few products that do that. You can email me after this, and I think there's brands like Upsell It and Pick Reel that do things like that. Cool. And then
what happens if you acquire a list, for example, like I mentioned to you before we jumped on, I'm sponsoring a clinic and I'm going to be getting an email list of, 1,500, 2,000 coaches. Do you map that strategy out? I'm going to send this email, or do you kind of just include them in on?
You should have a drip series, right? So you start off with an initial email. Again, it's something of value. And then like 3 days later, hit them with another email that's like, sign up for the benefits box. Here are all the reasons why. And then if they don't sign up by then, it's like another email comes 48 hours later. That's like, sign up today. Here's a 30% off coupon code or 40% off coupon code.
Okay.
With email marketing, what's super important is how, like, going back to the strategy, you send out 5,000 emails, for example. If 10% open, so 500 people, they're more engaged than the people that didn't open, right? So now you've got 4,500 people that didn't open the first email. So what do we do then? We resend another email to them with a different subject line to get them to open. Okay. Now, 500 people that opened it, there's a percentage of them that are going to convert. Let's say it's another 10%. That might be a high number, but that means 50 people converted. Great. 450 people did not, but they opened the first email. They got to get another email because we know they opened it. So let's like hit them with something else engaging, and maybe it's a better coupon code to get them to convert. Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then the people that another important strategy, and I don't think people are doing this enough, is like with MailChimp and these other Enclavio and these other EMS services, is like what you should be doing is creating a campaign where if there's a list of 10,000 people, you make 2 subject lines and it automatically A/B test it. So it sends 1,000 people one subject line. It sends another 1,000 people another subject line. It identifies which one had a better open rate and then sends the other 8,000 that won the contest. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So that's in setup. They'll give you an A/B test option.
Yeah. You can set it up to A/B test and say like, if subject line 2 wins, send the other 8,000 subject line 2.
Got it. That's pretty cool. That's really cool.
The other thing too about marketing, and this is something that I've been getting a little bit more passionate about and strategic about that I want brands to be thinking about, is sometimes individuals have a product that appeals to a bunch of different demographics. Yours is one, right? Yours could appeal to the 18-year-old athlete, to the college athlete, to also the 45-year-old that's trying to stay fit, right?
Those are my 3 best niches right there.
What's important is, what does your ad look like? Because an ad to the 45-year-old is very different than the ad to the 18-year-old.
Very.
Right? So you can't take one ad, apply it to all those demographics, and expect results across the board that are going to be the same. The ad to the 45-year-old should be an ad of somebody that looks like they're 40 to 50 and is like they can relate to that person. The ad to the college player is a bunch of college players that are part of the benefits box, right? So yeah, that's how you'd want to think about that.
Nice. I like that. No, one of my main projects or focuses for this year is to get the email marketing going, because You focus so much on getting the customer, and then you forget to make them to take care of them. They're the ones who bought. Take care of them. So I really like that. I'll definitely implement all of that. Now, speaking of content, something you do pretty good that I struggle with is when you're a spokesman for your company, when you're a content creator for your company, how do you separate posting to the business page versus posting to my personal page? Obviously, my personal page has got more of my friends and they'll watch and all that. So maybe you get more views and more likes, but you want to build the brand on the business page. How do you separate? Where do I post? What?
I don't know that they're that separate. I think what's important is that every time that you're creating content, it's never about selling the product.
Okay.
It's always educational.
Agreed.
Right.
And then you can post it anywhere.
Providing them with good content, and then they're going to inherently see that there's this benefit box. I should check it out. Right. People try to jump the gun in building a brand too quickly, meaning they say, I want to build my personal brand and then I'm going to sell something. What they end up doing is ending the party too early, meaning they get to 1,000 or 1,500 or 2,000 subs, like, hey, I'm going to go sell this t-shirt to all my, you have 2,000 people, right? What you need to do is create an audience first, get to 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. Then you hit them with the ask, right? It's the old Gary V, like give, then you take.
Okay.
I got 1,000 favors out in the world because I genuinely love to give back.
Yeah, you sure do.
At some point, I might make an ask, right? Like there might be an ask at some point. I'm not going to feel bad about it because it's going to be something that they love, but you give. And then when that opportunity comes, you might give an ask. And so what you should be doing, whether it's your personal or your business, is just putting out really good content about staying fit, being healthy. And listen, I get it. There's hundreds of people that do that, and thousands. There's hundreds and thousands of people that give advice about entrepreneurship, but I still do it. I don't care, right? So you just got to do it because there are enough people that still need to hear these messages. There's enough new people, and you're going to relate to somebody that maybe some other speaker doesn't relate to. You're fully ingrained with athletes, especially high school athletes, especially ones that play football. And maybe you're targeting them. Maybe a lot of your messaging goes towards them, and you're going to gain that audience, right? But yeah, that's how I would just like make sure that all the content is about like really good content. It's never about selling the benefits box.
Gotcha. I actually get, when I go to make a video, the only kind of videos that I enjoy are the ones that are not salesy.
The ones that sell,
make a funny one, but
they won't win.
No, I agree.
Real quick, I want to answer this person's question. They said, does your email include how to use items in your box? I think that's a great question, and I think that absolutely. If you've got a box that you're sending somebody where they're going to get some really good content about how to use it, then you should do that, and that could work for your case, right? Because what you could also do is there's a million ways to make smoothies and drinks, right? Maybe you give them like a little recipe every time of like, hey, like, you've got your protein, but like, here's like apple crust, strawberry, like, what I mean? Like, I don't know. Again, I'm just thinking like that's an absolute. If you're sending somebody something where you can give them information how to utilize items, then absolutely. So for that person listening, I would do that in a heartbeat.
I think that's a good idea because I put instruction cards in the box, but maybe to also send them an email with how to use it, when and why would be a good idea. I like that. I'll definitely say that.
Are there supplement sizes that are like, that are 30 days? Like, how do you get them to monthly, right? Like, how do you give them enough for the month? And I also wonder if you should be guiding them down a path with questions that derives them to a final solution. I don't think you do that now, right?
I have a survey that comes in and it asks them, are you male, female? What's your goal? How often, do you work out?
Okay.
I get
what happened?
And then it'll display the two size boxes. One will say 4 to 6 weeks. One will say typically lasts, 3 months. So at that point,
choice there is it recommending them a choice based on their answers?
The only thing that would really dictate what size box you purchase is how often you're going to take it, right? Some people might take 2 scoops a day. Some people's budget might be only for 1 scoop a day. Right. So that same box might last, If you work out every day and you take 1 scoop a day, that box is going to last you about 4 to 6 weeks. If you work out and take 2 shakes a day, now you're talking about cutting it in half and all those things. So that part really is hard for me to dial down exactly what size box to recommend.
I'm going to give you an idea, and I want you to think if you can build this. So imagine if they came to the website, they click join, and then it said, there was a question, take our survey to see, what you should take, right? And the questions were around how often do you work out? How many scoops of protein do you take a day or a week? And then what it did was it ended up giving them saying, like, thank you so much. Like, here's the recommended subscription for you. And
if you go, that's basically how it's set up right now. So they'll go through the series of 10 questions. They click a button that says build my box, and then a box comes up with what would come in it and why we recommend that.
I just wonder how you get them all on like a monthly or a quarterly basis. Like the person that doesn't take as much protein, it gives them this smaller amount that is, whatever, 40 a month. The person that takes more gets the more amount at 40 a month. So then everybody's on a monthly cycle. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So if you're a double scoop guy, we got a box for you that's monthly anyways. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, no matter how much you take, you're getting this monthly, but we're giving you the right amount that gets you through.
See, I'm sorry to interrupt. Where I have a tough part with this is because let's say just from the athlete's perspective, right? I might have a high school freshman who's just starting. I might have a senior in high school who's been doing it for 3-4 years and they're really into it. I might have a college kid who's super into it. So how do I fit the need of those 3 spectrums? You know what I mean?
You got to make a lifestyle for them, right? Like build a lifestyle that, do you believe they should be taking these supplements daily or every other day?
I believe they should be taking it every time they work out, without a doubt. Which is
the lifestyle. That's what you communicate. Make them understand why they should take this as much as they should and why they should have it monthly.
All right, I got you. That makes sense.
Instead of catering just to their needs, create the box that makes sense for them, for their healthy living, and it's going to give them the most opportunity for success and being healthy and fit, and be like, you need this. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. My original thinking for having the 2 size boxes was some people like to change flavors every once in a while, and it's a little bit more. It's a little bit the price per serving is a little higher on the smaller box. The bigger box is almost like going to Costco. You get a big volume tub of the vanilla. So if you're cool with drinking vanilla every single day, you save yourself a couple bucks. You get a 70 serve tub, and if you go through that in 3 months or 2 months, that's on you. You can always go back to the site, reorder if it's sooner than your time is up. Yeah, so that, because for me personally, I like to rotate flavors. I would be a guy that had a different flavor every month. Strawberry this month, maybe vanilla next month, and that keeps me from getting sick of taking the same one. I know people that take the same flavor. They do chocolate every day. They do vanilla every day, so then they get the big volume.
How to build this monthly? You got to make this so that they get enough for the month, and then every month they can decide before it ships to change the flavor.
Yeah,
and I know some of these things might be easier said than done, but I'm just trying to solve for you getting off of this 8-week rotation. There's some variable here that doesn't make your system and process clean, because some people are on one program, some people are on another. You're not getting as many transactions. Let me think on that more.
Yeah.
Give me one more question here before we jump off, and then as I think about a solution for you, I'm going to connect with you.
Yeah, my last question is, I want to get people who are current customers to share, give them some incentive to share, whether that be they become like an advocate, an ambassador of some kind, or I put something in the box that, hey, if you share, you get 15% off your next box. How do I get my current fans to be big fans and tell other people?
Yeah. So there's 2 ways, right? It's if they refer somebody, they get $20 off their next month, so does the other person. So they both get a discount.
Okay.
Right? The other thing too is you come up with something exclusive. So think about, or do a contest like those. What are those massage guns? Like, hey, I'm going to give away a massage gun to.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Share this on social. You get an entry.
Okay.
Whether you post it on Facebook, share, you get an entry into the contest to win one of those guns, and then that'll get people.
How do I communicate that? I put a picture, like a postcard of the gun in the box, or do I do it through email? Or
Yep, I'd post it on social. I'd send an email to all the subscribers.
Yeah.
Contests running this month. Every share gets an entry, and the winner gets this.
Got it. Cool. Yeah, that's. Do you know of any good plugins or any good systems that can easily create a promo code and track? Or has that got to be some sort of software that we develop or work on?
Something. I got to think about it. What's your software built on? What's your site built on?
WordPress.
You're in WordPress. What manages your subscriptions? Or do I forgot how you did that.
I'm pretty sure it's WooCommerce.
Yeah, WooCommerce would have a plugin for that.
WooCommerce, I know I can create individual coupons and I can create coupons in mass, but I would easily just like to be able to share a link with somebody. They can share that link and it's embedded to them of some sort.
Yeah, you could also use let me think about it. There's probably something though. Mm-hmm. I think WooCommerce is a plugin for something like that. So look for links on WooCommerce.
Okay, cool.
Let's pull this up.
What was that?
Somebody posted something. To add your question, how to encourage monthly subscription? Maybe you can do some sort of gamification to encourage working out. Maybe it's a combination of video courses. Yeah, so that's actually a really good idea. So what you're doing there is two things. You're providing extra value, and it's about showing them a lifestyle. And as you're encouraging them and you're giving them workout advice or giving them workout tutorials, your following is going to gain. It's going to grow, right?
Right.
And you have these people that are working out with you. So now you're encouraging them to work out more. They're working out with Jason. They're getting their benefits box, and they're getting supply of their vitamins and supplements every month. It's a great idea. Whoever posts,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Jason, this was really good. I'm glad to see you again. I wish
chatting with you. Thanks so much.
Of course, wish you the best of luck with everything, and connect with me after, and I'll think of some of those strategies with you.
Cool, man. I really appreciate it.
As always, if you go to SUBTA.com/ChrisG. You can fill out a form to be on this show and ask me questions. I'm always happy to help. I love giving back. I want to see all of you succeed. So if you need anything, please let me know. And Jason, I will talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys.